Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. As you guys can see by the title and the thumbnail of this video, we are going to be talking what I believe are underrated romance books. Now, what I mean by that is I have read these books and I am a TikTok user, and I feel like I never see these books talked about on TikTok, but we do have hyped up books on TikTok, but why aren't these? That's what I mean by underrated romance books. I have a total of 4 books on this list, and they're all really, really, really good, and that's why they're underrated. They're underrated. I think they need to be talked about more, so here I am talking about them more. So, I will be holding up the book that I am talking about. I will read you what is on the back of the book, and then I will tell you why I believe it is underrated. Starting off with Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This book was so good. Okay, so the back of the book says, "No one could replace me in his life. I knew that. I was the friend who knew everything about him and whom he trusted above everyone else." For 21-year-old Sydney Bell, being in love with Kyler isn't anything new. They've been best friends ever since he pushed her down on the playground and she made him eat a mud pie. Somewhere over the years, she fell for him and fell hard. The problem? He's never stayed with a girl for longer than a few nights, and with it being their last year of college, Sydney won't risk their friendship by declaring her feelings. Meanwhile, Kyler has always put Sydney on a pedestal too high to reach. To him, she is everything, but he's hidden away his feelings, drowning them in other girls instead. After all, Kyler will always be the poor boy from the wrong side of the tracks, and Sid will always be the best thing he can never have. But when they're stranded together at a posh ski resort after a massive snowstorm, there's nothing stopping their red-hot feelings from finally coming to the surface. Can their friendship survive the attraction? Better yet, can they survive at all? Because as the snow falls, someone is stalking them, and this trip may be a life changer in more ways than one. So, this book was insane. Me and my sister-in-laws read this around I think it was in January we read this book. And none of us knew, but we all started reading this book, and they get to the ski resort, and what ski resort is it? Snowshoe, which is literally in West Virginia, where all of us are from. So we were all just like, hey, this is a book about where somewhere we know. That was just really cool because West Virginia isn't talked about much in books. So hearing it and seeing it from authors that are this hyped up, this author, everyone knows this author. Everyone knows this author. She wrote about West Virginia, and I believe she is from West Virginia. Or she at least lives in West Virginia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that she lives in West Virginia. It doesn't say that in her about, but I'm sure you can Google it. But anyway, so this book was so, so, so good. I zoomed through this book. I loved every second of it. I did tab some of the things in this book, as you can see. This book was fantastic. I felt like the best friends that can never have each other is a trope that we read about a lot, but we don't read about it with a little twist of stalking in it. I did not read the back of this book whenever I went into this book, so I did not know that there was going to be a stalker. I did not know that anything in the thriller mystery realm was going to be included in this book, and it was a very welcomed surprise. I enjoyed this book a lot. Kyler is chef's kiss. He's so sweet, even though he did grow up on the wrong side of the tracks. That doesn't mean he's a bad person. It just means that that's where he was raised, So this book was fantastic. I want to read it again just because it was so good. Frigid by Jennifer L. Armentrout. Book number 2 on this list. And I genuinely, down to every single bit of my soul, do not know why this book is not hyped up on social media, at all. I want to know why, because why? Say You Swear by Meagan Brandy. This was the romance book that got me back into reading as an adult. Now, there were books that got me into reading other genres of books, but this one specifically got me back into the romance genre as an adult. This book was so good. So let me read you the back. Her brother's best friend broke her heart, but what happens when his new teammate wants to put it back together? Ariana Johnson has been dreaming of what college life might bring, and it's finally coming over the horizon as she and her friends plan one last beachside summer together. So much has changed over the years, but there's always been one constant. The boy who her heart returns to no matter where her imagination runs, her brother's best friend Chase. This is the summer she'll finally tell him how she feels. That it's him. It has always been him, until suddenly it isn't. Ari's heart is in splinters when she meets star quarterback Noah Riley. His friendship is exactly what she needs after Chase's rejection, but from the start, Noah wants more. Even when their path is blurry and when tragedy strikes, even when Ari doesn't know her own heart, Noah fights for the feelings he knows they both have, no matter what it might cost them. They say first love lasts forever. Ari is about to find out if that's really true. This book was so cute. I don't remember much of this book, but what I do remember are the cute little cooking scenes that we got between them. And the reason like the title is because some of the things that happen in this book, and it is just genuinely so sweet. I want to go back in and reread this now. Like, I think it's like 4 years, 5 years later since I read this the first time. I want to read this again so bad because genuinely it is a 5-star, a 6-star in my heart. I want to see if it holds up to that rating now because I have grown as a reader. I wonder if my taste has changed in this book. But this has been so underrated. It has not been talked about nearly enough. And what do you mean? Because Noah Riley is so sweet. Noah Riley is so sweet, and Ari is such a great female character. I love her so much. This book is a 10 out of 10, you guys. You really need to read this one. If any in this video, read this one because this one just genuinely has a special place in my heart, and I could be biased, but this book is fantastic. On to book number 3. And this one I did end up seeing on TikTok, but I saw it from the author's page and no one has talked about it. I have not seen this talked about at all. I'm sure if I looked it up on TikTok, there would be reviews and people talking about this book, but on my For You page, it never comes up. So in my eyes, it's not a hyped up book because I don't see it on my page. Lucky Charm by Anne-Marie Meyer. This book was so cute. So cute. So cute. So let me read you the back. When we're dating, you're mine, even if it's fake. Yep, you heard me right. Fake dating. I thought my luck was about to change when my best friend found me an apartment to sublet in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee. As an aspiring singer, this is where I need to be in order to finally get discovered. I'm ready to start my new life until I discover my new neighbor is none other than Stone Walker. Super Bowl winning NFL receiver, Stone Cold Fox, my high school crush, and my brother's ex-best friend, emphasis on the ex. I know I should probably tuck tail and run, but I don't. If Stone can handle this new living arrangement, then so can I. Besides, neighbors don't have to talk to each other. Until my best friend comes up with a plan, I should fake date Stone. After all, I have the talent, the drive, and the music. All I need is the visibility. And Stone has that in spades. I thought he would reject the plan, but he is surprisingly on board. Now he's showing up at my gigs with flowers and kisses me until my head spins and my knees go weak. And when he scores a touchdown and dances just for me, I want this relationship to be real, but falling in love wasn't part of the agreement. Stone walked away from our family once, and I don't think I'm strong enough for him to do it again. So this book is a Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce fanfic. This book was so good. So good. And I read this at the perfect time because football season had literally just ended, and who was missing Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce? This girl. I found this on TikTok like instantly, and so I was like, oh, I want to read that. And the way that it came to me was so cute. It came with a lucky charm. Like it came with a little charm. I've got mine hung up on my hammock swing. I will insert a photo or insert a video, but it is sitting up over there and it comes with a little key or like, yeah, a key to tell you what the charms are meant for, like what luck they're meant for and where they originate from. And it came with some fan art and some stickers. And this book was just overall a 10 out of 10. Not only was the packaging so cute and so like immersive, I felt so good whenever I opened that box. And then I read this and I was like, I love this book so much. So yeah, Stone is so sweet. And we find out a lot about him and their old issues from their family in the past. And you guys, this book was so cute. And last but not least, we cannot forget this one. I read this for book club like almost a year ago. Forget Me Not by Julie Soto. You guys. You guys. This is the Keanu Reeves fanfic, I believe, or like our main male character. Ooh, we're under a tornado watch, so the wind is going crazy outside. But the main male character is based off of Keanu Reeves. I don't know if it's like, oh, this is supposed to be Keanu Reeves every single second of every single minute of this book, but I know that his character, like, is based off of Keanu Reeves. I mean, okay, let me read the back. A wedding planner and her grumpy ex must work together to plan a celebrity event in this deliciously spicy and funny novel from fanfic sensation Julie Soto. 10 out of 10. Amma Torres is a wedding planner who doesn't believe in marriage, but weddings, they're amazing. Elliot Bloom is a brooding florist who hates owning a flower shop until a certain bright-eyed, donut-loving workaholic shows up at his door. Once upon a time, they collaborated on events by day, and by night, Amma traced the intricate flower tattoos etched along his body. Then Amma shattered his heart and never spoke to Elliot again. Now they're working on an event that could make or break both of their careers, except neither of them has gotten over what happened 2 years ago. Things are not helped by the two brides, who see the obvious chemistry between Amma and Elliot and are determined to set them up, not knowing their complicated history. But as the wedding takes on a life of its own, Amma and Elliot are about to discover that some things can survive a complete catastrophe. Smart and hilarious, Forget Me Not is about two people giving themselves and love a second chance. You guys, I love a second chance romance, and I think that's why this book was so high up on my list. This book was so good. Elliot is, so, like, as it said, he is a brooding, just tattooed male. So, do I like him? No, I love him. I love him. He's so good. He's so good. And yeah, he is a wedding florist. He has tattoos of all of these different extinct flowers and flowers that you can't really find out in the wild. And I think that that is so cute because even though he is like a brooding florist and he's like supposed to be this like gray character with like, he's just quiet all the time, he is covered in flower tattoos. And I think that that is the cutest thing in the world. And it just really symbolizes how sweet of a character he is. Like, oh, this book is so good. Julie Soto, 10 out of 10 author. I love her so much. These are the underrated books that we talked about in this video. And let me tell you guys, these are books that I believe should be read. These are books that I think that everyone should read. And I will hear no arguments. Read these books. Read these books. They're so good. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment downstairs. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.